How do you handle consequences in your preschool classroom? So first of all, it is important to have consequences, and a lot of times it's natural consequences. But before we get into that, there's something even more important in preschool. So these kids are just learning how to behave and how to be around their peers. So that needs to be taught just as much as math and reading do. So a lot of times an action does not actually come with a consequence. It's more me going over and talking about how we can do better next time if this happens. Well, how can we problem solve? So we have our problem solving skills that students try to use to fix their own problems in preschool. So number one, they're learning how to be problem solvers. They're learning how to interact with their peers. Now, if it's a continued action that we have worked on, we have learned, I've tried to praise the positive things, there are going to be consequences for your actions. You can't just be pushing other kids down all day. You can't refuse to do the work that we're doing. So I always say I'm a very loving teacher, but I'm also a very firm teacher. If you don't want to do the activity that we're doing during group time, when center time comes around, I'm going to be calling you over and doing it with you one-on-one. If you're knocking somebody's tower over in the block center and they have said, please stop, I don't like that, and you do it again, you're going to leave the block center. If you are calling friends names and you continue to do it after they've asked you to stop, after we've tried our problem solving skills, you're going to be taken from that center and move into the take a break center where we can talk about how you can do better next time. Then there are also the natural consequences. If you are treating your friends this way, they're not going to want to play with you. We're going to talk about what it means to be a friend and how you need to be treating them. Yes, my students do have consequences in preschool, but it's a little different than you think. It's a learning consequence. So it's really important that students are learning how to behave in the classroom, how to treat others. And that's the number one thing. And that's why I do a lot of praise in my classroom, is I want them to understand how I want them to treat others.